So Mandalorian season 3 is over.
Yep.
Whether or not you liked it, that's fine. A quick retrospective.
It was pretty good.
I liked it. I didn't love it.
It was not fantastic.
Yeah,
it was not world shattering.
I didn't love it. I liked it. Turns out the most controversial episode was my favorite, the Jack Black episode, which I thought was a really cool city crime noir thing, and I was really into that. Fucking
it was 90% side quest by volume, but it had fucking Jack Black.
Yeah,
Who cares?
Yeah. And I don't care what you think about Lizzo. Fuck you, Lizzo's great.
Lizzo was fantastic.
I don't even listen to her fucking music. Lizzo's great. And Christopher Lloyd, for fuck's sake.
Oh God.
Come on, it was a good episode. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Aside from that, it wasn't amazing, but I still liked it, right? Yeah. A lot of fans are left with some unanswered questions, which isn't a sign that it was bad. All shows with continuing narratives do this, where they leave threads open for storytelling possibilities later on to deepen the mystery and, So I've got a couple of here that I was thinking about also from our live stream last night. We pulled the folks watching our Battlefront stream. So we'll talk about a couple of them. The first one I think is the most important one that everyone's thinking about is what happened to Grogu after he was rescued by Kelleran Beck.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways this could go. Thinking about it, most likely Kelleran Beck got caught by some Inquisitors or Vader and is no longer with us.
But after presumably he got Grogu to safety.
He got Grogu somewhere else before he got caught up with.
Yeah. And here's the thing about the whole Kelleran Beck thing, by the way. The Naboo guards that the senatorial guards were probably Jar Jar Binks' guards.
Oh. That's another neat connection.
Yeah.
There.
And it's it makes you kind of wonder if afterwards Jar Jar Binks was like, what did I do? And then tried to do anything to help out.
Yeah. Which, I mean, we know how Jar Jar Binks ends, so and it's really fucking sad.
It's really sad. Make sure to go read the Aftermath series by Chuck Wendig. They're really fucking great.
They're up there on your shelf somewhere.
Yep. He doesn't suffer a terrible death, but he suffers a terrible life, and it's pretty sad.
Yeah, Grogu, I imagine, just kind of bounces around between safe houses until he gets picked up by the mercenaries or whatever the fuck he was held by at the beginning of Mando.
Maybe the one of the first Jedi that kind of paved the way that we find out in Obi-Wan Kenobi, that underground railroad for Jedi and everything. So something that, that they'll probably expand on in some media form.
Yeah.
So what about the Darksaber? Will its destruction mean anything to the Mandalorians? Are they over? They're like, we're over it.
Yeah.
We got over our cult thing really fast. We don't need the Darksaber.
So this kind of folds into one of my questions, which I don't know if you have on your list or not. Who's leading the Mandalorians right now? Because there was Armor's faction, and then there was Bo-Katan's faction.
Well,
they kind of made nice, but and they had that sequence at the end where they lit the forge together. But is that going to last?
Yeah. At the end of the show, I think we're meant to believe that Bo-Katan is the leader because the Armorer was like, "Here's us, here's you."
Yeah,
and
I think what we're meant to take away is that Bo-Katan is the physical and head of government, whereas Armor is the spiritual religious head.
Yeah, what a weird government, but yeah,
cultural leader, whatever.
I think they've got so much ahead of them just concentrating on not dying on that fucking planet now that they're probably maybe it doesn't matter too much. They just need a leader who won't get them killed. At this point. So yeah, the Darksaber will probably come back.
I think it will.
I mean, it's
a lightsaber. Everyone fucking loves.
Yeah, and if Luke's or if Anakin's old lightsaber could be repaired, the Darksaber can be repaired.
They'll find a way.
Yeah. Did Moff Gideon actually die?
I'm 80% sure. Yes.
Okay, so the theory that's going around about this, right?
That there wasn't a body and he got away somehow.
No. Well, not that so much. It was the clone theory. Right?
Yes.
Now, I'm not against this theory. I am against some of the reasons people are believing it because one of the big reasons they're like, oh, well, he's not wearing a mustache. And it's like, motherfucker, they have razors. Like a dude can shave. That's not that big of a deal. However, a more compelling reason to at least consider the theory is that Moff Gideon does seem to be out of his mind in season 3, full batshit crazy, which
it's a little deranged.
Yeah, which before like you got to be a little deranged to do the shit that he does, but he was also kind of cold and calculating and wasn't, you know, this guy was like, I'm going to rule the whole fucking world. And you know, what we know from Legends is that when he tried to clone a force sensitive anything, they go crazy.
Doesn't go well.
Yeah, they go nuts. So is he dead? Is he not? You know, it's all right if he is dead. So like, I won't be that upset.
Purely from a narrative standpoint, it makes sense that he's dead, because like the finale of season 3 wrapped up all the plot threads they had spent the first 3 seasons developing, like through the Mandalore storyline, the like Moff Gideon being this looming nemesis in the background. Yeah. He's dead. The Mandalorians have Mandalore again. It seems like they were going out of their way to say, okay, that storyline's over.
Yeah.
Now we're going to have Mando on the Outer Rim cleaning up Imperials for the next season or 2.
Which would be a really good way. I think the show only gets one more season, but it would be a really good, that's a good plot that would favor their monster of the week side quest of the week format. Yeah. Where there isn't maybe necessarily a big bad doing all the, you know, the strings and shit.
I suspect there will be a big bad.
Well, it's gonna be Thrawn, but
yeah,
unless there's a huge time jump
or something just going on just to sort of tie everything together and give them a nice big season finale. But
speaking of which, do you think that there will be a season 4, or do you think that it ended strongly enough?
I mean, we already know season 4 is in production. You mean season 5?
It's not in production. It's written.
It's written. I think I read somewhere this week it's being storyboarded.
Oh, I haven't read that. I know that he's turned it in. If it's being storyboarded, it's probably happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, they wouldn't get that far in pre-production without knowing they were going to do it.
I do think they could have ended it there, but it's also a big moneymaker, and Disney loves money more than anything.
They're like, Grogu makes fucking bank. Like, we're not giving up Grogu. So some questions that fans had during our live stream, at least a couple. Chris, not you, Chris, other Chris. Will Bo-Katan be in season 4? If there isn't a big time jump, I think so. I think that she's kind of the de facto leader of the Mandalorians
probably
now.
For an episode or 2.
And they're going to bone. I assume.
The helmets stay on.
Yeah, it's either Bo-Katan in Din Djarin or Bo-Katan in the Armorer. Like, one of those is happening. Or maybe all 3 of them. I don't know.
If it's the Armorer, the helmet definitely stays on.
Okay, we'll said something really inappropriate. And then Dennis Lessner said, what about Grogu's development with language and growth? So like the next time we see Grogu, is he going to be able to talk? Is he going to be bigger? I kind of noticed that he was physically a little bit bigger in season 3 in the first place.
They can make him a little bit bigger. I don't think we're ever going to see Grogu talk, just like on a meta level, because like he's already fucking adorable.
It would be kind of awkward.
Yeah. If he spent like this character, he spent 3 seasons getting to know through like their fucking baby babble and their body language and like the curve of their ears, suddenly was reciting Shakespeare or some shit. That'd be really fucking weird.
On the flip side of that, I submit as Exhibit A Groot from the MCU.
Okay.
Who started as a adult Groot. And then was a little baby that was adorable, and then was a teenager in Endgame.
I am Groot,
who was fucking hilarious, and now apparently in Guardians is muscle, you know.
I am Groot.
Yeah, like bodybuilder Groot or something. So they might be able to find a way to do it where people still like him.
Maybe.
I mentioned
the thing is, Groot never actually develops his vocabulary that much. I think at one point in the first one he says "We are Groot," but that's it.
Yeah, but his mannerisms change a lot. Though.
Sure, but I mean that's not language.
Yeah, someone mentioned that if they were to do a more grown-up Grogu, they'd have to do a huge time jump, and that's not necessarily true. Even like there are species of animals on Earth who are almost functionally fully mature when they're born. Yeah. Like a lot of reptiles and shit. So like, and we don't know anything about that species. It could be that they fully mature or they go through these crazy development spurts within a few years and they're in the next section of their lives. And that's kind of where they stay.